This is Troy with StayOnTheCourt.com. We are going through fifth grade basketball. In this case, it's boys basketball. A review of practice 4. So this is a post-mortem after practice. Unfortunately, I waited a little longer than I probably should have to get this recorded. But we'll go through it pretty quickly. So this was going to be our last practice before our first game. Unfortunately, we still haven't had a practice where all of the 11 kids in our team have been there at one time. So that's kind of a bummer. Practice. One thing we wanted to do is we perfect this read and react drill, and I've gone through that on previous videos and showed you the YouTube example. It's great for what we want to do because we want to do a lot of passing and cutting, passing and back cutting. That's really our whole offense and focus here for the first couple of weeks. And honestly, we did this read and react drill earlier in the year, a week ago, and it didn't go very well. So I'm pleased to say that the kids, we spent a little more time on it. We're a little more deliberate this time, and the kids definitely got it much, much better. And that was great. And so I think I'm going to keep it. We're even going to use it as our pregame warm-up drill. We only get 5 to 6 minutes before a game, so this helps kids get a lot of shots up. And some youth coach podcast I was listening to was telling me you should warm up the way you're going to play, and that's the way we play is read and react to 5-out offense. So that's great. So because that was going so well, I just let the kids do it for a while. We went through the full progression. You're doing, I'll call it front cuts, then back cuts, and then there's you change up the drill a little bit. You're getting some kind of elbow shooting. This Cardinal drill is something I'd planned to do, but the read and react drill is going so well. Another thing we talked about is just making sure they understand after a made basket, we want the person closest to the ball to enter into the ball into play. So I knew that was going to be a tough concept for them to get because it's not perfectly gripped. The 3 takes it out and gives it to the 1. It's really whoever's close to the ball takes it out, gets it in as quickly as possible, and I'm okay if it's a 1, 2, or 3 that are taking it up the court. So made that clear. Honestly, I can't remember if we did race car again or not. I think that we did. Then we went and did our sidelines out of bounds play. That was new to everybody. Thankfully, I'll talk about the game in my next video, but thankfully we didn't really have to use it. I would say that they definitely need more practice on our sidelines out of bounds play. So then I wanted to go into a defense 3-man shell and then shift into a 5-man shell. We just didn't have the time to get and do the 3-man shell. We went right in the 5-man shell. We had 9 kids. So I really don't like having kids sitting on the sidelines because they get distracted and things don't go well very quickly. We did the 5-man shell drill, and that went pretty well. So a couple of the kids, it was really a new concept to them because they had not played in our program previously. And this was really the first defensive thing that we had time to do. So that went pretty well and just a nice solid drill. And then we did allow the offense to start doing their 5-out passing and cutting during that drill as well. So we did not get to a baseline out of bounds play. So that's something that the kids have practiced most often so far. So they still need to practice it pretty much every practice, but we did not get to that. We did want to get to some rebounding. So we did some 3-on-3 kind of cutthroat rebounding where since I had 9 kids, I was able to do 3 teams of 3. And there's just a little game. If you're in the game, if you are on offense and you get the rebound, you got 2 points. If you're on defense, you got 1 point. Defensive team gets a rebound, they get moved to offense with the opportunity to get 2 points. So I really like that kind of what I call cutthroat or kings of the court style for just playing 3-on-3 or doing a rebounding drill like this because it just keeps the kids concentrating on what's going on because they're not on the sideline for very long because they know, once that rebound goes up and somebody gets it, they're going to be right back on the court. So I do like those cutthroat drills. Then we spent the rest of the time really in game-like scrimmage. I think either myself or my assistant had to fill in as the 5th man on one of the teams, but we really just concentrated on going up and down the court in the 5-out offense. I was planning on imposing a 2 dribbles in the backcourt, 3 total passes with a touch in the paint, but we didn't really get there. We just played straight up. That's about it. We did talk a little bit about pressing. We didn't have time to put in a press break, which came back to bite us a little bit in the game, but that was really practice. So again, unfortunately, number one, I like to do a couple of games that are fun. We didn't really have the time since we're trying to get all of the kids on the team exposed to at least the basics before the first game. And that was it for practice 4. Again, if you've got any questions, you can go to stayonthecourt.com. You can get on our email list, or my email is there as well, troy.wallace@stayonthecourt.com. If you're enjoying these videos, if you want me to do live streams, certainly subscribe and just let me know in the comments, and I will try and live stream some of these practice planning sessions if that'd be helpful and other people want to join. Other than that, I'll keep recording them throughout the season. Thanks a lot.